Please welcome back Mel and Tim. I recognise you. You've come in your hat, but everything else is different.
Yes.
It's
Take
jarring.
a moment.
It is quite jarring. Yeah. Clean shaven. Suits you. Okay.
Suits me, thank me. Thank you.
Thank me. Yes, thank me at the end, maybe. If I do a good
Hi.
job of this. We've got a
Hello.
Right, yeah. How are you enjoying the UK? Been here before?
I lived here. Did you know this? I lived here for 2 months, and I started drinking coffee here. This is where it all began.
I've been here for 1 day, and I started drinking tea here. I had English breakfast. I wasn't sure if I should do Earl Grey or
English
breakfast.
Yorkshire. Well, it said English in the title, so I felt like that's something. I'm like, ginger? No. I knew that.
How the hell did you get involved in the show? Big question, maybe.
Well, I got a breakdown, and if you don't, for people who don't know what a breakdown is, actors, we get like a little...
The worst.
It's like a little, like this?
It's 2 lines.
2-3 lines trying to explain what a show is about, a new show is about, and then some sides, and the sides are like the lines that we'll learn, the pages of dialogue I'll have to learn for the audition. And I wish I still had the breakdown, because whatever it was for Wynonna Earp, it didn't do it justice. It was 2 lines trying to explain what this show is.
I think I still have it.
So, yeah, whatever it was, I was like, what is this show about? I'm like, I bet I want to get on it. And I read for dolls.
You read for dolls?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I really wanted dolls. It was a great part. My scene was with Wynonna and Waverly. I had 2 scenes. I didn't get dolls. It didn't happen. And then from that, about a week later, I got a call saying they would like to see you for Doc Holliday. And I said, for the same show with the demons and the thing? And I said, but Doc Holliday, like the real cowboy? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I need to get on this show. And they sent me the sides for Doc Holliday. And if I'm being honest, nothing ever felt so right. I just read it, and I learned it in like 3 seconds. Sometimes it takes like 3 days to learn lines, because I just can't associate with the character. And then the doc, it was like 6 pages that I learned in like 2 minutes, and I was like, I need to go do this tape. And that was it. And then I went and I tested with Melanie. Screen testing sucks. It's like a job interview in hell. Well, but this one was pretty nice. Like Emily was there and IDW was there, but a lot of time it feels like this. It's like a giant room of people staring, just looking at you. And
which is not nerve-wracking at all.
Yeah. But there's something about them that, they're usually on screen tests. They're judging. Like, this is no judgment. There, it's like, impress me, monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Melanie, did you kind of get picked first? I mean, how did you get involved?
Funny, you should ask. Hi, guys. Okay. So I, auditioned, and then I got a callback, and then I look at the list. Do you ever look at the list of people who are also at the callback? Or
Never.
Don't do that. Yeah. Anyway, so I was like, oh, great. She's going to get it. And so anyway, so I just went in and did my thing, and then got a screen test, and they're like, you're going to LA for a screen test. And I was like, LA? And then I get there. I actually drove in with Shamir, and we get to the hotel, and we go to the screen test, and these 2 monkeys were the only 2.
There was 1 other dolls.
No, there wasn't.
I thought there was.
Dude, they knew. They were like, it is Tim and Shamir. And then I look, and there's 7 other Wynonnas. I was how do they...
I remember the experience. Mel was the first Wynonna that I read with. Oddly enough, Tamara Duarte was another one.
That's right.
Ooh.
I did screen test with Tamara for Wynonna, and there were some other pretty famous people. And
Melanie.
I do remember It was no big.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And I do remember leaving, and I literally said, I was like, if they don't give it to Mel, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Like she was the best. She was Wynonna. Like there was no doubt from the first one. I was just like. But that's just a fact.
It is, though. It was one of those, like, oh, fuck. Did I come all this way just to...
Just to
oh,
be-
sorry. I'm so sorry. Shucks.
Shucks.
I said, shucks. Is there gonna be another Wynonna? It was intimidating.
Yeah. And has it taken you by surprise? Like, so I want to know what that little 2 lines of what this show was, because I try and describe it to people, and I've been trying to describe it to my girlfriend. She's like, "What is it you're watching?" And I'm just, well, it's based on the Earp, real story, and it's got demons in it, and it's just, I'm
tough
not,
one.
yeah, it's a tough one to describe. So what was it that went from the 2 lines, and how has it surprised you where it's gone? In season 4 has been commissioned.
I was surprised by, I thought it would be a very, like, they would be trying to be sexy. Like, I sort of thought they would try to be, no offense to it, but the CW about it. Like, I thought they would try to be very... What? What? What'd I say? What'd I say? What'd I say? I just don't necessarily fit in there. Like, I'm just too goofy, and I'm too... I don't know that I could be that level of glossy and sexy. I just don't know that I can. And so it didn't take itself too seriously, and that surprised me, and I was relieved. You? Say something about the CW, please.
I can't.
Say something nice.
Well, I did screen test for the CW a couple of times and I didn't get it. And it's just because I understand exactly what you're saying. There's just something CW doesn't like about me.
I know.
That Wynonna embraces,
Yes.
which is nice.
Yes.
And I don't know, it's like, I think it's the realness of being a human,
Yeah.
a little bit. But whatever. Getting back to this, oddly enough, I knew there was something special about this show from the beginning. I don't know, I just knew. I just knew, and then I came here to London, England, and I did a Lost Girl convention, and I said, it was my first experience in this, and I said, no one's gonna come, this is gonna be awful, what am I doing here? Everyone hated my character on that show. I was like, this is hell, Ksenia Soul is being nice to me, so this is good, Zoe's here, I'm gonna be okay, but no one's gonna come. And then I saw like Liz, and I saw my very first Waverly, where is she? And I saw cosplay people of Earp at another convention, and I knew right away, instantly, I said, I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And then that was my first interaction of meeting Earpers before Earpers were a thing, but they were Earpers. They were just good, kind, nice, supportive people from the get-go, and it's been that and up to this moment of our second EarperCon ever for our show. So it's weird because I just knew. I just knew from day one.
Cool. Speaking of Earpers, I think it's time for some questions from the floor. If you
The
want
floor can talk? I love England.
Yeah, we have talking floors. Blame J.K. Rowling. So we've got some hands up and we've got some roving mics. So if we're going to kind of like put some of the volunteers, if we can go to the first one here in the hat, and then we'll go to the back second with you've got a wrist thing. Yeah, that one.
Hey guys.
Yes. Hi. He's asking if we're in trouble about the CW, and I said yes.
I think there was a line, it fits me now. I'm from Hungary.
Oh, well.
Awesome.
Oh, for And are you?
No,
No.
the opposite. I just want to say big thanks to
For
Bob.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's from our show. Yeah.
So thanks for all of your hard job what you brings for us on screen. Oh my God, I'm shaking. And I want to say big thanks even from her, because she's from Hungary as well. She's been here last year, and there is another girl volunteering around. She's Hungarian too, and sorry. And yeah, it's just a big thanks from all of us from Hungary. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's so cool. So
That's so sweet.
not a question, but a kind of lovely thank you from an entire country. That's pretty awesome. Okay, question.
Thank you.
Forgive me, Melanie, when I ask this question to Tim.
Oh, done.
This is for Tim. What was it like kissing both Mel
Yep.
as Wynonna
What was
and
it like?
Bobo Del Rey, Michael Eklund? Who was the best kisser?
That's a great question. Who's the best kisser?
Just warming up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Come on, Tim, the clock's ticking. Tick-tock.
I'm just scared to say this because, don't worry. Because then I just realized how much of a horror my character is. And who else did you ask me though? Because there's multiple other people.
there's multiple.
Michael Eklund. You kissed Michael Eklund.
Oh, Michael Eklund. Oh, Bobo was nice. I mean,
bet.
Mel is incredible, but there was something about the mustache and the beard kind of interlocking in a velvety kind of Sunday that I had never experienced.
Sunday.
That was quite nice. It was quite nice. Doesn't compare to the soft delicateness and strength and overwhelming subtle power of heat mixed with rainbow dusts, angelness, and sex that is kissing Mel.
Well
but
saved.
it was nice.
Well saved. Well done. Thank you for that question. Okay, next question.
Sorry, can I just say, well done for last night's episode. I'm not saying anything because I don't do spoilers, but you.
No spoilers, I've not
Thank
seen
you.
it yet.
I haven't seen it
I was
either.
busy getting
It's
here.
dirty.
So, some more questions? Do we have some more questions?
Hi.
Okay, so there's one there with already Mike, then we're going to go there, and then we're going to go here. This is fun. It's like being I know. Go.
Hi, Mel and Tim. I got so emotional over, obviously, the scene where you pass the notes in, I'm all in, which I actually got the tattoo.
Oh, wow.
But do you ever see a happy ending for you two in the show?
Ooh.
Say that again.
Is there a happy ending for you two in the show?
I just got goosebumps looking out at this room. I'm so glad you're all here.
You can't reveal too much, but I mean, you're both in season 4, right?
I think we feel like sometimes good stories aren't very happy. That's not to say that's what's going to happen. I just feel, we've had this conversation where it's like, oh, there's something kind of beautiful about the near misses. I don't know, is that true?
I mean, yeah, listen, it's like for me personally, I want my character to be a good guy, tell Wynonna he loves her, go off, marry the kid, and have a farm.
Whoa.
It's not a great, it's not the funnest show, and I don't know if that's the show that we're gonna ever have.
It's not, because you're not marrying a kid.
No, I meant, is that what I said?
Yes. Shit.
Unless kid means something different in Canada.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I didn't think so.
They don't do that on the CW.
Yeah.
You don't marry kids.
We're just bashing the CW. Okay.
I know what you meant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have your question now. And I'm going to go.
Is it
down
on?
here.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
I just want to ask a question. I came across Wynonna Earp on Netflix when it was suggested to me, and which I'm very thankful for. And my suggestion was in German. So my question is, have you ever watched an episode in another language where it's dubbed?
Oh,
Because the German is awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You live in Quebec.
I'm not doc yet. I've seen other things, and it's always very interesting. There was a show I used to do called Instant Star. And for some reason, I kept catching the Italian version.
Oh, no.
Where they had the deepest guy, and I was always insecure after that. I sucked next to that Italian. Jude Addison. I'm doing an Italian, but I was like, wow, that guy's really good.
My stepdad lives in Quebec, and he watches it in French sometimes because he's French, and and he's like, Melanie, c'est horrible. Translation: that's awful. It's awful. He's like, I can't. It's unwatchable because, but I mean, I'm also his daughter, so it's. I think I would find the same thing. I don't think I can do it. It's just too like, yeah, I would get insecure. I'd be like, is that what I'm supposed to sound like?
Est-ce que ça c'est un blonde line special? Be something like that. That was our first scene together.
That's a good question. And question down here, so if we can just... It's like the volunteers are going to get a workout today. I'm going to kind of like send them from like one end of the room to the other.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank you for like being on social media and tweeting us and being really present for us. And I was wondering, you've been live tweeting this year, but not together like you used to. And I was wondering if you're like planning to do that again, because it was really amazing to see like team periscoping stuff and you guys interacting with each other. It was really great. So I was wondering if you're gonna do this again.
It's tough because we're not all like, especially this year, we're all over the place. We're not all in the same city.
Well, first, thank you, Dominique, for coming to our panel. It means a lot that you came to support us. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Well, unfortunately, we're just not around together, or we would be. It's kind of that simple.
Yeah, we will
If,
try.
if
though.
we're if
Yeah.
we're together, I'm in. Yeah.
But like, really thank you for being there for us. It means a lot to us, and I think we all realize how much you take time for us and how much you're there. Thank you.
Thank you for tweeting with us.
Thank you.
Okay. We've got, can we go here, next, and then back there? So the first one, that side, and then... There's no other way of pointing, and it's really rude, but it's like, how else are you going to do it?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So my question for Mel. Who was the best kisser between Doc and Charlie?
Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone wants to know that
Thank
kissing.
you. Well. Yeah, it's hot. It gets hot. It's like you get a pit in your stomach, and you're like, oh. So, here's the thing. The only thing he has, the only thing he has on you is I'm eating mustache.
No offense taken. I have a giant mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something.
It's also, can we add, can you not listen? Thank you. It's like there's something about being in a fire truck. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I can say. I don't know. It's just, you know?
Life imitates art, guys.
Fire truck. Okay, so because there, and then we'll come back to you there.
Hello. Hi. How did it feel for you, Tim, to be slapped by Mel? And Mel, how did it feel to slap Tim?
Ooh.
Oh.
Was it like an acting slap? Or was it?
No, man.
It was a full-on slap.
For me, it was oddly enough medicinal. I think it was like it's like halfway through the season. I didn't know what was going on with my character. I knew I was making weird choices. I wasn't happy about it. It was like 2 a.m. It was freezing. It just needed to happen that way. I needed it. Mel needed to do it. I needed to get it. And it just had to happen. If I would have went to an acting class and saw 2 actors hitting each other, I would have got up and left and said, these people are stupid idiots. What are you doing?
You can pretend it's acting.
You could pretend it's acting.
Yeah.
But in this situation with Melanie Scrofano, it was anybody else it never would have happened. It just needed to happen. I don't know. She's tough and it hurts and it stings, but it's like the physical part of getting hit didn't hurt as much as it's just
Thank you.
the shame I felt.
It's so funny too, just on a physical level. It was cold out, and so it must have hurt so much more, because you're already like you would think you're numb, so it'll hurt less, but that's what actually makes it hurt more. Like my hand was hurting.
It was also my first vampire scene, so I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm like, what is happening with my character? And I'm a vamp with Wynonna, and I've done bad shit, and she won't let me in the house. What is happening? So I was vulnerable.
I didn't. I slapped him for real. To answer your first question, and I didn't like it, but that's what made it so. I think that's why he was like, "No, you need to do it," because I didn't want to, and so it hurt. Is like, as much as it was hurting him, it was hurting me, which I just think it made the scene even more like real. Yeah. So I'm forever grateful that he let me hit him. No, it was really like acting-wise, it was helpful.
We have a question there now.
Hi. Sorry, I'm shaking so much. I've heard from other actors on other shows that it can be really hard to change a dynamic between 2 characters when they go from like loving each other to hating each other. And I just wanted to know, was it difficult for you two to play those scenes out?
I think there's always a complexity to this relationship that's never simple. So I think there's always something going on anyway.
So Doc always hates Wynonna a little
bit.
He loves her.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, listen, I'm 150 years old and I was best friends with her great-great-great-granddaddy. He must feel something weird when he's, you know what I mean? I think it's somewhere in his brain, like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but damn, is she not sexy in that taco t-shirt? So, yeah, it's complex.
I second that, but I think too, you're so gifted at like doing things with your face that hurt me. So when I'm supposed to hate you, I do. I think it speaks to his level of acting that I could do both. Yeah.
Okay, down here, and then we'll go here.
Hiya.
Hi.
Well, we have lots of crazy things happening in the show. I was wondering, what was the most surprising thing that you read in the script?
Well, spoiler alert, dolls.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know about that until we got there. Like, I wasn't sure exactly what was happening or how it was going to happen. And so when you read it on a paper, it's one of us. On a paper, it's real.
From
now,
day one.
Yeah, no, this is real. It's like, oof, that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Mine hasn't happened yet.
What episode is it gonna be in?
That's cryptic.
Might have been last night.
No spoilers, no spoilers. It's like the room is just kind of like,
I know.
better make the next question a good one. No pressure.
Hi. Just one thing. Thank you for making her smile. We kept it a secret a whole year. So when you showed up, she loved it. She didn't know you were coming. My question is,
Thank you for being
you got
here.
to direct a few scenes this year. Would you like to do a whole episode, or want to say hi?
Yes.
How about?
Hello. Hi. Would you like to answer my question for me? Would I like to? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a nice way to keep things fresh. What I liked was that it forced me to look at things from other characters' perspectives, which, you don't often do when you're one of the characters. So it just made me even more excited about the stories we were telling, because I had a hand in shaping it. I was very nervous, because if I lost anybody's respect, that was it for the rest of the season. Like, well, it's funny because it's also with the crew, it's like we were running late, and so if I made us go into, it's like boring stuff, but like if I made us go into overtime, then I'm keeping them from going home, and they're like, cute, the actress wanted to direct, great, now I don't get to see my family tonight, or whatever. So I felt like pressure to perform in a way, and so it was very nerve-wracking. I didn't want to lose anybody's respect. It's tough talking to actors, I know, because I'm very sensitive, because all I have is what I'm putting there, and if you don't like it, then you don't like me. That's how it feels as an actor. So I was scared to talk to them wrong, because I didn't want them to think I wasn't respectful, or yeah, it was scary.
I personally loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because I didn't even think about it. I mean, had it been someone else, I'd probably been like, what? One of our co-stars wants to direct? I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
I would be the same.
But I didn't have that with Mel. I remember because it was a scene I had with Dom, and we literally were excited. We're like, this is going to be great. And she's like, I know, mate. It's going to be fucking great, mate. And then you're just, because we're such fans of Mel as an actress. In the scene, like I know that when I'm doing scenes with her. I'm like, you need to understand there's like some people, it's like when you're acting, you can't ever not be present with Mel. If you disengage, you're screwed. You need to stay locked into the moment, or you're gonna miss beats, and she's gonna do beats over you, and you're just gonna miss what's happening. So just be engaged. So you want her feedback. You want to see what she would tell you in scenes and stuff. So I was excited about it. It was awesome.
Some more questions. We're going to come down to the front too, and then we're going to kind of like do a hop back. So, first one here.
Are you boiling hot? Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't it great? Spot a unicorn, get a lolly. My question is, firstly, thank you. As you've heard, we all love the show. We think it's amazing. And without it, some of us would still be on our own. We would be without a family. So for that, I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, what do you want or hope for your characters in season 4?
These are way better questions than I had written down, so thank you, because you're making this like so easy.
I personally want whatever is best for the story. So I'm such a huge fan of the story, and I think it's important for everybody to remember that sometimes for the story to be better, characters have to go through things. If we just have everything rosy-dozy perfect, and that's not what this show is, it's not going to be good storytelling either. So I'm kind of like, I have so much trust that I'm just like, whatever you're going to do, it's like send me in, and I'm going to do what I got to do. It's like I said, what do I want? I want Doc to be a good, boring guy and just say, I love you, and she says he loves you back, and they're like happy, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So on the other end, I mean, I've been to hell a couple times. I think it's affected me. I've put my heart out there, and it didn't really reciprocate, I wouldn't mind going full bad, whatever bad means, but I mean, I don't need to be friends with Wynonna Earp anymore.
That actually hurt me a bit. But I love it. No, I feel the same way. I want you guys to see the finale so that I can tell you exactly what I want, but I want to fight. I just want to fight. I want to fight. I want to fight, and I want to get destroyed a little, and I want to just get effed up.
So just take my storyline from this season.
And yeah, and all in the name of our daughter. I
said to Emily last night that this is her story telling us, and because it's her story, I'm so happy to follow it. I'm not willing to say, oh, can we do this, can we do that? It's just let's see where it runs.
She must be so grateful for that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was quite chuffed.
Yeah. I try. That's the thing. I want whatever Emily says should happen, because whatever it is, it's unexpected, and I'm excited to see what it is. More Bobo?
More Bobo.
Yeah. I mean, sold.
Now is that the one? We have a question here. Where's the mic gone? Did you have a question? Yeah, you did. Great.
Hi, guys. I thought that Megan Follows was an amazing addition this year, and I thought she had amazing scenes with both of you. Like the episode where she's guiding you, before she's really in it, that was so powerful, and the way she seems to kind of get Doc from day one. So I wondered how you guys felt about her being on the show, and obviously most importantly, what's it like having Anne Green Gables as your mom? Oh my God.
Bye, guys. See you soon. How did you feel?
Well, my first scene of meeting her was the bar fight.
No.
It was Shorty's Saloon giant massive bar fight, which was a really awesome day on set anyway. And so my first scene of meeting her was she was smashing some guy in the head, slapping me in the face, punching some other guy, and I'm like, yep, that's gonna be Mama Earp. Just makes sense.
Did it faze you at all? Because she actually is a director as well. Does that faze you ever when it's an actor-director?
No.
Me either.
Oh, well,
But if it did.
It doesn't affect me on Wynonna Earp at all, because I'm Doc.
Yeah,
I have the safety net of being Doc. I have a giant mustache on my face, a cowboy hat, guns. I'm not me at all. I mean, right now, a little bit, without the mustache. But, there's just a safety net of being Doc. You can't, no one else outside. The only person I'm scared of is Wynonna Earp.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, it was, I had a bit of anytime there's an actor-director in the scene with you, or you're like, oh God, are you gonna be directing me in your head? It's this it's almost unsafe feeling where you're like, oh, you're judging me. Spoiler, I don't like being judged, can you tell by all the judging talk I've said today? So I got none of that. She was so cool. And because with all that experience too, she's earned the right to critique people, that she's working with, but she didn't. And she was just very exploratory, and we've said it so many times, you were discovering the scene with her. It was really fun. Yeah. Thank you.
Plus she flirted with me in our scenes when it was just the two of us. So
He thinks everybody's flirting with him. I don't know if she did. You're not kissing my mom, get over it.
We had a question. Oh, sorry to make you. There's one. We'll come back to. Yeah, there. Cool.
Hi. So, Mel, you were in an episode of Warehouse 13.
Love that show.
If Warehouse 13 and Wynonna Earp were in the same universe...
So fun.
Oh, my God.
Sorry?
So fun.
If they were in the same universe and you were playing Wynonna and not the character you played in Warehouse 13, and Warehouse 13 operatives came for Peacemaker and wanted to put Doc in bronze, what do you think would happen? Which side would win? More importantly, which side would you want to win?
Oh my God, please someone write that fan fiction story right now. I'm going to start doing... What was it? Go on. Yeah.
Wait, so what does it mean if he's in bronze?
So Doc's in bronze. They've come for the Peacemaker.
What does
Warehouse
that mean?
13.
He like his actual
Like
bronze?
the bronzing. So it was what happened to
Han Solo in
to
Star
H.G.
Wars?
Wells. So she was bronzed and like, yeah. So I'm
I don't
revealing
want
way
that.
too much about
Not
Warehouse
that.
13.
Like he was
Don't pick
put
that.
in bronze?
Yeah, so it's like stuck. It's like that's
No,
it. You can't. Yeah.
I like him.
And they want Peacemaker as well. How would
can't
Wynonna?
have it.
So how would you?
Well, I'm gonna say no.
So who would win in a fight, basically? Okay, yeah. Why am I asking this question? So between you and Micah, yeah, Wynonna and Micah, you'd like.
No, because I fight dirty.
Yeah.
I win.
And she kind of like fights
And this is
clean.
my baby daddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we need to end the curse. I need him. Like
Yeah.
You can't mess with a
So-
mother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a really awesome thing. I'm so right in that story when I go back to my hotel. Okay, we have some more questions, please. So we're going to go in the middle there, and then we're going to come over on this side of the aisle. And I'm going to try and keep this to time.
East side, west side.
Yep, your question, go.
Hello from Portugal.
Hi.
Portugal. It's like the Eurovision
My
Song
question,
Contest.
maybe it's a dangerous question because
Whoa.
we are all grown people. So we have the teeny line between the individual and the characters, the professional and the individual. So I want to question when in the all seasons your individual touch the character and the emotion create to you.
In this season or?
In all seasons, because you have possibility very emotional situations.
Oh, what a great question.
Yeah,
For
thank
me,
you.
I know the exact moments. It's such a great question.
I know.
It was that little scene when you were, and I touched your belly and the baby kicked. Season 2 when Mel was pregnant, and for some reason, as I just was supposed to walk past her at the end of the scene, I stopped. I don't know why. And I put my hand on her belly, and I mean, little Teddy gave a kick, and both of us were like, boom, in this moment. And that was the first time ever that I was out of a scene as an actor and just in it as a human being fully. And it was like, wow, holy shit, like, she's pregnant, there's a human, this is real. And I'm also, it was weird too, because I'm possibly playing the baby daddy for the baby that just moved and kicked in a scene when that was it, that what you just said.
Amazing.
Oh, that was such a weird moment. It was such a good day. Yeah, I would say the birth. I gave birth like 4 days after, and so when I was giving birth and saying goodbye to the baby, like anybody who's ever had a baby, like you don't know until it happens if it's going to be okay. And so I wasn't sure if I was saying goodbye in real life to my child. So it was that moment and it was a real baby, and she was so perfect and new, and it was just a bit too real. Yeah. So that was probably
And you
the
still made a joke in that moment.
Yeah.
That's how good an actor you are. That's when I really knew. I was like, how the fuck can she be funny when she's ripping me to pieces? This is such a beautiful moment. And he still made a joke
Yeah.
that I was like, wow, that's really funny. We could have been on the couch.
There are multiple couches.
Let's go over to the aisle, and we have lady there with a hand. Yeah. Yeah. You.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I'm a little bit of a history buff, so I love the kind of background of it. Tim, you said you know a little bit about the actual Doc. I was wondering if, Mel, you'd done any research or looked into anything about the real Wyatt at all, or if that has in any way shaped how you play Wynonna.
Oh, I want to have a better answer than I do. I tried to read a book, and heaven help me, it was the most boring piece of schnook that I had ever. And I think it just served me better. I think actually a lot, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of the story around Wyatt Earp is sexier than it is in reality, he was like, it was 30 seconds and one gunfight that made him famous. 30 seconds. I just want you to just think about that. So there's not, I mean, so I think in our show, it's the perfect story because I don't have to, it was 30 seconds. Like I can do whatever I want with that. I think Tim certainly had more to delve into that, because he's playing the guy. I'm playing like generations ahead. So really the only thing that mattered to me was the mythology of what happened with Wyatt, which is all BS anyway.
We have a question nearby. Yep.
Hi.
Hi.
So as already mentioned, you got kind of a baby. And I wanted to ask if there is any chance that we might see Alice again and if there would be any further stories about her.
Emily?
So if you had to guess.
I think Alice is there. I think she's a big part of every episode, at least for me, for my character. Whether or not she's there or not, that's season 3 for me. It just makes sense. Season 1 was revenge. Season 2 was I was still kind of revenge and trying to find myself and trying to be in love with Wynonna. And season 3 was do things for Alice, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So she's there more than ever, even in her absence.
Plus, acting with a baby is hard.
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah. The parents are always there, and you're like, oh.
My baby's crying. What have you done?
Yeah. Or they're like.
Even Calamity Jane's handlers sometimes. Could be a lot. I was joking. That was a joke. I was like,
okay.
Like it should have been in air quotes. That was a joke. I'm not funny. They're wonderful people. Calamity Jane's great. Everyone's great.
No, she's not.
Right. We've got.
She's a good cat.
No, she's not.
She was super funny. We opened the thing. She was supposed to be there. She was in the box. She was like laughing
She's
at
a great
us.
actress, but she's a bit of a.
Okay, so we've got time for one last question. A quick question. It's already been assigned back there. Quick and.
Hi. This
Hi.
is too much pressure already. I was just wondering if you could talk about your experience, like filming with Zoe Palmer, and just talking about the whole crazy, fun episode that came with it.
Yeah.
Well, I had worked with her multiple times before, so I was super excited. And I gotta be honest, I felt really bad for Zoe that night because she came into Wynonna Earp on one of the episodes that made the least sense to us at all, or at least to me. I'll speak on my behalf. I was like, what are we filming? And we didn't know, so it was the end of an episode too, so we don't have the rest of it. It's just this crazy thing where we're like, well, you're eating these cakes, they make you hate Waverly, and you've gone nuts. And Ron Murphy, our director at the time, also, he's like ripping lenses off cameras. Like we just used the eye. I don't know what you call your director, you explain. But we just had the eyeball of the camera. It was like in our face, it was going crazy. They're like, go crazier, crazier. And they started on Mel, and Mel was going nuts, eating brownie shits coming out of her. And then Zoe's there, and it's like, act. That's your first day on Wynonna Earp. We're already a fucked up show. It was like, I felt bad. I'm like, she's gonna wonder what the heck she just signed up for. Like, this is nuts. And then so I just remember she was like in it. She went as crazy as everybody was, but I was like, I felt like saying, this, don't worry, we're not this crazy.
I think she's into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Anything else
awesome.
to add to
She's
that?
into a bit of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, you want me to hurry, and I'm so not good at hurrying. I'll do my best. I know, I feel for you. I'm so sorry. So, yeah, see?
I know, so like,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. What are they going to do, fire us?
I don't know. They might dock my pay. I don't know.
I'll make
you
up
make
for
sure,
it.
yeah.
I'll make up for it.
You can talk. You know what? If that's the case, talk all day.
Here's a coffee. What was the question?
What was the question? Zoe.
Zoe was great. She what I loved about her, especially with the scene with Waverly, like where you just like she just it wasn't just like that she played into the crazy. She gave it a reason. Like she put so much soul into what was going on that I was by the end of it I was like, oh, poor demon. Like that's hard what she's gone through, and she convinced me, and well, like that's incredible. She was incredible.
That was actually actually like quite short. I was expecting.
Once I got to it, it
Yeah,
was
once you
short.
got to it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm sorry we have run out of time. A massive thank you to Melanie and Tim.
Thank you for coming.
Hey, thank you guys so much for coming to see us. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thanks.